So in this video, I am going to talk about layers. So working with layers, how a layer is made when you copy and paste something in, how you make new layers, how you can rename layers, and how you move layers around. So in this picture, we have a background, which was just the plain white square that we started with. Then we copied and pasted in the jungle. And then we put in the Saluki, we put in the little terrier, and we put in the hat. So why does Photoshop have layers? It has layers so that you can work with things independently. If I just want to move the hat around, I can move the hat. If I just want to move the Saluki, I can just move the Saluki. If I just want to move the terrier, I can just move the terrier. If I want to make that terrier bigger or smaller or whatever, I go on that layer and I can work with that terrier. So it's very useful in that, again, Photoshop is a program where it allows you to mess with pixels. It just needs to know which pixels you want to mess with and manipulate. And layers is one way of separating different elements and being able to work with just one and not have it affect the others. So first of all, whenever you copy and paste something in, so if I have this and I copy it and I go back over to this tab and I paste it and we get a second hat, then you see that it automatically made a new layer here. So just know whenever you copy and paste something in, it will automatically put it on its own layer. And I am just going to make that a different color so we see it differently from that. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if you had to make a new empty layer, there's a couple ways to do it. At the bottom of the layer palette, we have all the way to the right, we have the garbage can, but right next to it, we have a little plus button. And that will allow you to make a bunch of new empty layers. Or a lot of things having to do with layers are on the menu bar under layer. So I can go up here and go to new and say layer. I can even give it a name. Newest layer. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if you want to delete any layers, all you have to do is drag them down to the trash can down here. So all of those new empty layers I don't really need. So I'm going to get rid of them. If you want to see what's on a layer, we have this little eyeball here and it indicates layer visibility. So if I turn this off, I see, oh, the hat is on layer 5. So actually there's nothing on layer 6. So I'm going to drag that to the trash. But the hat is on layer 5. So the next thing that might really help you with layers, because here, this is tiny. I use a 27-inch screen. This is tiny. I'm not quite sure what's on each layer. It's a little difficult to see. So especially if I have my show transform controls off, I don't know what is on that layer. So it's very helpful every time you make a layer to change the name so you know what's on each layer. So this I'm going to call dark hat. And I'm changing this by just double clicking on the name of the layer. So this is light hat. This is terrier. This is Saluki. And this is jungle. All right. And now it makes it so much easier to see what's on what layer. So like if I wanted to move this terrier over, I click over there. I'm on the move tool and I can put it right here. If I want to be on the dark hat layer, I can be over here and know which one it is. So that's how you rename layers. You just double click on the name and type and give it a new name. Now you may see that whatever is on the top blocks what's underneath. So it's just like doing a collage. If you cut out stuff on a little pieces of paper and you stack them on top of each other, it's the same things with the layers. They are stacked on top of each other. So if I wanted the Saluki on top, I could actually click on the Saluki layer and just click and drag it to the top. And now the Saluki would be on top. If I wanted the dark hat to be on the bottom, I could click and bring it down there and it would be on the bottom. If I want the terrier, I can click and drag it up. So just know that you can reorder your layers. If I clicked and dragged the jungle up, you would see that it would block everything else. They're still there. They still exist. If I make the jungle layer invisible, everything is still there. It's just that I have something bigger stacked on top and it's blocking the things on the bottom. So if you ever like cut and paste something in and you can't find it, it might be because you put it in a layer underneath something that is larger and it is blocking it. So that's a good thing to always double check. And in terms of errors in Photoshop, 90% of the time, no, I'm going to go higher. 98% of the time, what's wrong is that you are on the wrong layer. So it is always very helpful to go over here and just double check. Am I on the right layer? Are the layers in the right order? If something isn't working, is it maybe because I'm not on the right layer? And fixing it that way. So that is how layers are made automatically when you cut and paste, how you can make new layers, how you can rename layers, and how you can move layers. If you need any help, please let me know.